Most packers don't discern how good the orange is. It's how pretty the orange is. So, and as you can imagine, right, they're on a tree, they get hailed on, they're in a bin, they're run through a packing line. There's little nicks and stuff. In our world, right, we're talking to customers, we have bricks detection on our line. Not everybody has this. They won't pay the money. So we can detect the sugar in every piece of fruit. And we set it, for different customers. Imagine a gazillion oranges going over the line, right? The oranges are going 20 miles an hour probably, right? And it takes a high intensity light picture of every orange, and it can tell you exactly what the sugar is inside of it. We set it at a minimum. So it's minimum or more. So we don't calibrate, 11s and 12s and 30s. It's whatever we set it at. This year, the bricks are so freaking high. We set it at 12 and all high bricks basically. When it takes the picture, this stuff all goes through a giant computerized brain. So, there's 8 lanes on top of these accumulation bins, right? So the oranges get singulated into a lane, right? Gazillion are coming up. They get into a lane. The lanes are it's like a train almost, and it goes through the sizing equipment. So it tells you how big that is. Then it gets to the high, and they're right next to each other. Then it gets to the high bricks sensor. So once it passes the high bricks, it knows this orange is a size 88 high bricks. And then we have all these accumulation bins, 20 of them. And as it goes, when it gets to the bin we want the 88 high bricks in, it kicks it off and it goes in. You sell oranges per size, right? So there's five main sizes of navels. So after they go through the bricks detection, they go on these carousels, and there's a little switch on them, and when it gets to the right area, it kicks it off, and that size is all accumulated together. So there'll be 88s is the size of orange. So there'll be 88s high bricks and 88s separate, and our packing people will know what to do with those. 88 is the size, which means 88 of those oranges fit in a 40-pound box. So that's the size. 72 oranges, 113 oranges in a box. So it's rudimentary, but that's how it works. It's been this way for hundreds of years. So, right, we're doing everything we do send to Korea, high bricks. Everything we send to Hong Kong, high bricks. Citrus Direct, high bricks, right? Most and the real beauty in this is people hate when they pick 5 oranges, and 2 of them taste really good and 3 of them don't. So I'm not saying everything we do is 14 sugar, which is really high, but we set at 11, and every piece will be 11 or higher. So you have a good experience when you're eating the fruit, right? And you want people equating with your brand that it eats better. So, and you do that in the field. You have the right varieties, the right time of year. The odds get higher. So really, when you're packing Fancy and Choice, Fancy orange, you go to the thing, you'll see it. They look fancy, and Choice has got a dent in it, or a little nick in it, or the color blotch, or something like that. Same damn thing. We know what customers want. If we're exporting to Hong Kong, it's got to be perfect, but they pay twice as much, right? And we pack it that way. If you get one of my Citrus Directs boxes, it's pretty perfect. I want the consumer to have, the open. When you open a box of fruit, it's called the open. And the better it looks on the open, the better people like it, and the more they'll pay for it, and all that. So that's a big issue on all produce, no matter what it is. But I think about it in the sense of that detail translates into more money over a period of time.